When our first grandchild was preparing for First Communion, a lot of questions went through my mind. One of them was, what do I give her? Another one was, how do I help her become familiar with the church? And a third one was, what can we do to help her meet Jesus? So the next time that she came to visit, I took out my own First Communion book, this little thing here, and I showed her the cross inside. She liked that a lot, and I talked about how I had used that to pray every week at church. And then we looked at some pictures. And the thing I realized as she was looking at the pictures was that her story was much more interesting than mine. She began to think about and comment on these pictures. So she and I created a book together that's about her experience of thinking about First Communion. On this page, my grandma's First Communion was a long time ago, but she still remembers. P.S. This is her. Another part of the book included her photos of her grandfather's First Communion, and her response was, P.S. He wore a tiny holy picture around his neck, which we would call, or we would have called, a scapula. So these are all family photos and her response to them. And this is my favorite. Here I am when my big day finally came. Daddy says it was my turn to get closer to Jesus. I hope your first Holy Communion day is as nice as mine. So together we wrote this book, and we recommend that you read it with your grandchild or niece or nephew. Talk a little bit about your First Communion, their parents' First Communion, because I think it's important for them to feel comfortable in church, to meet Jesus, and to realize that there's a huge family of faith that they belong to. The book is available at Amazon.